Hello, everyone, and welcome to Great Day Live. I'm Janelle Martinez.
And I'm Allison Godlove. Thanks so much for joining us today. Hopefully you're having a great start to your day.
Yeah.
We did just want to start quickly because we know you've probably seen it. There's a state of emergency in Venezuela after an earthquake hit. Two of them hit.
Two of them, yeah.
A minute apart. They were pretty big, 7.2 and a 7.5. So far, 164 people have been killed and 971 have been injured in this. And as you can see from this video, it's just absolutely devastating.
I know, it's horrifying looking at the video and the damage. So we will be hearing this, hearing about this all day and for days to come.
Yeah, so updates again throughout the day. As you see, it's like it was nighttime, so they're really rushing to try to find any survivors that they can. People are putting out on social media asks to locate their loved ones, locate friends and family. So we're gonna, of course, have updates throughout the day here on 10 News Tampa Bay, and you can, of course, find it online as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, on to happier news. The World Cup continues here in America. Team USA plays tonight. They play against Turkey, but it's kind of, you know, the game doesn't mean much, right? Just for fun, I guess, because even Turkey, if they win, they won't even advance.
Right, so it's kind of, but the only good thing is if they do win, that's 3 in a row for the men's team, which is...
So maybe they want some bragging rights, or do you save your best players? I feel like
they're not going to play the players with the yellow cards because they're wanting to like keep them. But I think you still got to play to win in this, right? You don't want to have a loss. And
I don't know. I feel like if it was like our football, then they would definitely save their best
they'd
players.
Save everybody.
But maybe soccer is a little bit different. I don't know.
Listen, everything that I have learned about the World Cup over the last week, 2 weeks that's been going on, I don't know that much.
Oh, me neither. Oh, me neither. And the rules? Are you offsides? What does that even mean?
I do know offsides. I had to learn that over the weekend when we were watching a game.
Well, you
so
can
my
explain
husband played soccer growing up. He has always watched the World Cup. He was one of those ones that would get up, you know, when it would be overseas at like 6 a.m. and you would watch, you know, you'd go to a bar and watch it. So he's very into it. So I ask a lot of questions.
Oh, okay.
Which, you know, those memes that are like, just be quiet and watch the game. But I need to know. So I did learn offsides. I knew offsides from like football and things,
But how do you know when you're running that far? I don't know. I
get confused easily with soccer.
I do get confused.
But I do think that this is good that we're learning more about it because it's a huge sport all around the world. So to know a little bit more about it, I feel good about it.
Yeah, and so after tonight, Team USA plays again July 1st.
Yes,
so that's
playing in California. So
that's gonna be exciting.
It's just fun, and we wore red, white, and blue.
I know.
The occasion.
Yeah, go Team USA.
Yes. And then just one more thing that we just wanted to chat about. Was that
the ferry service?
The ferry ships. Mine are in the wrong order.
Yeah.
On my sheet. So these are the new boats that are coming.
So cool.
Which is really cool. They look gorgeous. This is going to be great. The Bay Breeze and the Clipper that will go in between St. Pete and Tampa. They are upgraded. There's no date on when they're actually going to launch.
Right.
But they look really nice. I've done the old one that goes across. Oh,
yeah,
look at that.
So I've never done them, but you know, and the service went away for a little bit, so now they're bringing it back with these two new ships. So I'm excited. I think I would definitely use it.
It's such a fun thing to do between Tampa and St. Pete. You can go to one or the other, have dinner, you know, have a little time around downtown, and then just take the ferry back.
Yeah, I love it. I'm going to do it. I can't wait.
Yes. All right, we have a great show for you, including June being wedding season, of course. And while it is all about the bride's dress, we, as guests, we always want to look our best too. So we're going to get some tips on the perfect wedding guest dress.
And it's not too late to book that summer getaway with the family. Our travel expert will give you some ideas that are adventurous and not too far from home. Helping you out with the 4th of July, getting you ready from bedazzled headbands to sparkling sunglasses. One local artist is turning everyday items into one-of-a-kind creations.
Yes, Nicole from Bedazzled Gifts by Nicole is here to show us her work. Our studio's so sparkly today.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Yes, thanks for bringing all of this gorgeous stuff. We are going to run through everything you have to offer, but how did you get started doing this?
Well, a few years ago, I started making bottles and candy jars, but what really put me on the map were these special bedazzled headbands. I was in the lunchroom at my son's school. It's a uniform school, but there was one thing that the little girls got to wear, headbands, to show out their personality. And I said, I would love to make headbands with embellishments and different themes that go along with holidays or their sports or whatever they're doing in life.
And they love to do that too, and to have it. And it's not just the little girls.
Oh, I know,
there are a lot of women that love wearing these too. You get a lot of those.
And I know a thing or two about uniforms, and any way that you can express your individuality when you're wearing a uniform. I know kids like to do that. So, and I know for 4th of July and the World Cup, you have a lot of USA themed.
Yeah, I have original USA themed headbands, and why not add a soccer ball to celebrate the World Cup? I'll be wearing mine tonight when I watch Team USA win, win, win.
Yes, I love
You've
that.
got the lightning, and you have some of the July 4th that you were mentioning. So is this a situation that you can get them custom done?
Customers call me and they tell me the color and the theme of what they would like, and I prepare these at my dining room table.
Oh my gosh, so fun.
So
okay,
cool.
and so these would make great gifts. So talk about the bottles.
The bottles are for special occasions, little mementos to celebrate everyday activities. And this one's a special one that I made Great Day
It
Live.
is so cute.
That
Love
is
it.
a special one going to your executive producer, Melissa. Thank you for
Yes,
recognizing
absolutely.
me.
And look, every detail, 10 Tampa Bay right there.
The
This
detail
is
on
gorgeous.
it is really cool.
I know. And this
Well-
would make a great gift for someone who's turning 21. right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's so fun.
Now we have to talk about this gavel that you
Yeah.
have here because one, it's so cute, but you had a very special order.
I didn't realize it when a customer ordered a pink gavel with the letter E on it.
Okay.
And it turned out that it was featured at the 25th anniversary of Legally Blonde and the celebration and promotion of Elle, the Reese Witherspoon.
That is so cool.
That is amazing. And it's so big right now. They just
Yeah.
had the 25th anniversary. The series is coming out. What was that like when you heard that?
First of all, it was very exciting, and I guess you just never know who is going to be a
That's
customer.
true.
Yes, I love that.
That's true. It doesn't say that on the order form.
No,
No,
that's
it just had the name and address.
yeah, that's amazing. Okay, and then you do little gifts for like the kiddos, right? So like little mirrors. things
These
like
are
this.
special vanity mirrors. Why not add a little sparkle to your morning routine? And
So
you can put
cute.
any saying or a child's name on it. I think it's a beautiful birthday gift. And these are compact mirrors. They open up with
This is
LED
so
lights.
cute.
Is this what I'm looking at here?
Yes, and
Okay.
they could put any name or design on it, and I thought it was perfect for the dancers and the cheerleaders during
So
competition
cute.
time. That's where that idea came from.
And
Oh,
this
I
big
love
rubber
this
duck,
idea.
too.
Well, the rubber duck actually is super popular among the cheerleaders. They give these out. Yes, they are given out as good luck charms before the competition.
Oh.
They tell me what color their costume is going to be, and they can match the bow.
That is so cute. Okay, and then you also have some bags. These are popular too.
These, well, everyone needs a stadium purse.
Right,
and
you have to have that clear bag.
It's very important to have a clear bag. So this one I always chuckle at when anyone orders Go Sports.
I love it. Just cover all your bases.
Right, so it's good for any activity that you attend.
Yeah.
And something that's super big is Mahjong.
Oh, of course. Of
course
it
I
is.
know. Look at the hats.
The hats for those of you who want a little sparkle during your game. Also, if you don't want a little sparkle but want color, we have
Okay, so you
Maj.
do that too.
Right, not everything has to be bedazzled.
Yeah.
And then I had a request to bedazzle the Mahjong card. So that's my Mahjong. I'll
This
be
one?
playing. Yep.
Oh.
And you have to buy a new Mahjong card every year. So I bedazzled
Right.
mine with the year on it.
That's
That's
amazing.
some of the rules that we have to learn.
I know. I'm still
We
like,
gotta
I
get a
do not.
custom Mahjong card.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
so if people want to call you and do something custom, if they have something they want you to bedazzle, how do we reach out to you? How do we do that?
Most people find me on Facebook at Bedazzled Bottles by Nicole or Instagram, Bedazzled Bottles Nicole.
Perfect.
That's
Go find
amazing,
her
yes.
and then give her something to bedazzle.
Yes,
Yes,
I
who
love
knows
it.
what will be next?
So fun, so therapeutic to
I
do that
find
too.
it.
Yeah,
Right.
probably.
It is putting one. You have to have a lot
Right.
of patience.
Perfect. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
absolutely. And you're asked to round up to the nearest dollar or two. Well, now we know where some of that money is going.
Yeah, there was a special event that took place yesterday that this was really wonderful. We got to be a part of. The AES Restaurant Group owns about 30 Arby's in Tampa Bay, and yesterday they handed out more than $100,000 to nonprofits in our area during its Day of Giving.
That's right. I was there yesterday to see those dollars turned into big checks for organizations making a difference in our community. It was very emotional. These nonprofits were so grateful for the help. The money comes from small donations made by customers at the register throughout the year, and then that money is matched by the foundation.
We are giving back today $100,000 to the local community. We call it our Day of Giving. You know, when you go to the restaurant and they ask you, would you like to round up? Everybody wonders, what has happened to that money? Well, at Arby's, what happens is we take that money and we collectively keep it until we get a Day of Giving like this, and then we come and we're going to give $10,000 to 10 different charities today. We had over 80 nominations this time. It's hard to boil it down to 10. Usually during selection, there's a lot of tears because we want to help a lot more people than we can. Whatever money we raise locally, we put right back into the local community. So when you round up at Arby's, it's coming right back to the local community.
Okay, so I've never seen this before, but in the Arby's, there was a mini horse inside. He was with Honey's Mini Therapy Association, one of 10 local charities to receive a check. The horses are used for emotional support in hospitals and schools. So cute. Some of the other charities were Dress for Success, Ability to Include, and Honor Flight. And they ended up giving away more than $10,000 to some of these nonprofits. Wow. So they surprised them with even more money. They ended up giving out $135,000 in all. So it was amazing. Incredible. There were lots of tears. So yeah, it was really great.
Yeah, that is incredible. The website that you see on your screen, that's a great way that you can find out more about this. You can apply to be a recipient as well. AESfoundation.com/dayofgiving. You can go check that out and figure out a way that you can also help that local charity.
Yes, absolutely.
That's incredible to be able to witness some of that.
I know.
And just the
was
amount
really
of money.
Yeah,
and what
really
that
special.
means to some of those organizations.
Oh, it's
too.
everything.
Yeah, wonderful. If you have a wedding this summer, we have some tips on picking a great option, even if that means wearing a dress again, but styling it in a different way. That's right after the break. Well, it's wedding season, so you may be invited to someone's big day, and that means that you also may need a dress. Cami Levitt is the owner and designer of Camel and Beth, a special occasion wear collection. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
You look stunning.
Thank you.
This is
I
your
had to wear
piece?
one of my pieces.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course.
I'm wearing today one of my our newest dresses that we just restocked, the Elizabeth gown.
Well, it's beautiful. I love the color. It's such a cool color. So how did you get started doing this and designing dresses like this?
So I went to school for fashion design, but a couple years after that, my husband and I were invited to like 16 weddings in just over a year. So with all these weddings to go to, I kind of missed designing. And so just for fun, I started making dresses to wear to weddings.
Oh my gosh.
Perfect timing with social media coming out. And I always just had fun with it. Still do. Still have fun on social media. But yeah, I got my first wholesale order through Twitter. And it was a small little boutique in New Orleans. And I did the whole fake it till you make it. I said, you know, there's no one else in New Orleans that carries Camel and Beth, so you'll have exclusivity. Ooh. So I didn't want to tell her, you're the only one ever to carry Camel and Beth.
Hey, that's exclusive, right?
Exactly. So, but I didn't want her to worry. I knew that I was up for it. And I don't know, just that little thing inside of me was telling me to go for it. And, you know, that little... You know, I always kind of go with that, so.
Yeah. And talk a little bit about what your line, like what did you want it to look like or feel like for women when they're putting a dress on?
So at its core, Camel and Beth is always classic. So we really try to lean into classic styles that have stood the test of time, but also giving them a modern update. So we make sure that our fits are really relevant to modern women. And also we have sizes 0 through 22, so making sure that we're able to fit all sizes is really important.
Yeah, what colors are you seeing that are trending this summer?
Yeah, so today I chose to wear the periwinkle color because we are loving this periwinkle, especially for summer.
Yeah.
But even for Florida year-round, periwinkle is such a fun pop of color. We're also seeing sometimes bridesmaids are in brown, so kind of complementary colors to that is really popular. So today we brought like some evergreen, we brought light blue, we have a fun light pink color, a berry. The berry is really popular as well.
Really pretty.
Yeah, that's like a
for
great...
a summer wedding.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah. And then really all of these colors, you know, you have some summery colors, but then it feels a little warmer. It could be something in the fall.
Exactly, yes. We try to stay really seasonless also because, you know, everyone is getting a dress at different seasons. So some people will come in and the wedding's in 2 months. Other people, it's a following year. So being classic has been a real advantage just with sustainability, being able to rewear the pieces, but also being able to wear them throughout different seasons.
Yes, I'm so glad you said rewear because how many times do we buy a dress and then we never wear it again?
I know.
So you have ways
rewear it,
with your dresses that you can wear it the same dress, but in different ways.
In different ways, exactly. And we're finding too, with our quality being made in America is so important because it truly does stand the test of time.
Yeah.
I love
Well, you
hearing,
can tell. The fabrics are just great.
Yeah, everything is always fully lined. If it doesn't have a sleeve, we always include like a little bra strap holder on the inside so that you can hide that. So all the little details that really make a big difference.
So go through some of the things with this one dress. You have
Yes.
multiple ways that you can wear it.
Exactly. So today I am styling this Elizabeth gown with our pearl belt that goes around the waist. I love how it just kind of defines the waist with the fit and flare style. And then
it has pockets.
It does have pockets, of course. And then in the back it is a bow detail. So a big category for
Turn
us
one more time.
is
Yeah, look at that.
mother of the bride and groom. And a lot of times when a mom is kind of walking to her seat,
pretty.
the back of the dress can be a first impression. So
Yeah.
this is a great way to kind of have 360 degrees of fabulous.
Yes, you got to pay attention to the back too. And then you also have this.
Yes, so we
Which
have
would be a
like our
different-
regular shawl as well, which provides probably the most warmth. So, you know, sometimes people have mountain weddings or in the evenings it gets cooler, and a shawl that kind of matches in the same
And this would be a
coordinating.
different belt, so you could switch up the belt.
Exactly, yes. You can switch out the belt, which is really fun. It just gives it different looks and kind of matches to the personality of the person. So,
Yeah.
you know, even just switching this dress up with just a
Especially-
bow in the front gives it like Audrey Hepburn kind of
Yeah,
vibe. So a
it's
lot
so
of fun.
pretty. The best way to reach you is at camelandbeth.com.
CamelandBeth.com.
That's right there on your screen. So it is wedding season. We know that you're probably going to need a dress. So go check them out, and you can have a dress multiple ways. It's beautiful. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
All right, and if you're going to a wedding this weekend, you probably want to know if we will get a break from this heat. We get to check on your weekend weather, sponsored by JMI Windows, when we come back. And it's time now for Window to the Weather, sponsored by JMI Windows and Doors.
And James is here today to help us out with what we should do, which is probably just stay inside
Yeah.
forever at this point.
Forever. That's how I mentioned. That's how I started the forecast. It's going to be hot today until Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yes, I love it.
Welcome to
much.
Florida in the summer.
Yeah,
My
absolutely.
goodness.
Absolutely. Okay, so we have some watch parties. Obviously tonight, Team USA plays for the World Cup Thursday, but then tomorrow, Armature Works is having a special watch party for Spain versus Uruguay at 8 o'clock. Now, this is outside. I mean, it is going to be a hot one.
It's going to be a hot one, but closer to sundown, of course, it's going to be a little bit better without that blazing heat on you. But here's the thing, as we go throughout the day on Friday, actually we have a better rain chance than we've seen. Actually, Pinellas and most of western Hillsborough has been very dry for the month of June.
Yeah.
Very dry for the month of June. So it's unfortunate that we have watch parties going on now where we're going to get a better rain chance. Friday actually looks like the best rain chance that we're going to get over the course of about the next 3 to 4
okay.
days.
Listen, we'll take
Yeah,
it. It's
I know.
fine.
I would sit out there and get rained on. That would be
that's true.
fine with me.
No,
You know how Florida is. This
Right.
isolated downpour for 5 minutes, then you're fine.
Then you're fine.
And then you're good to go.
Yeah.
So Saturday then, they have, the morning markets, and you can get outside and you can enjoy and go some shopping. But this is a little earlier, which
Yeah, just
over
better.
the last couple of days, better, but not that great.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to step out the door, your heat index is
Yeah.
probably still going to be 90
Right.
at 8 a.m. But
Yeah.
the good news is with the rain, especially on Saturday, it's later in the day.
Okay.
So if you want to get out in the morning, you're looking pretty good. But again, it's all about keeping hydrated because your heat index is still probably going to be 105 as we go throughout your early afternoon. It's going to be hot.
We're just baking out there.
Wow. And that's the St. Pete Street Market. That's at the Pinellas Ale Works Brewery. I guess they do it the fourth Saturday of every month. So that sounds fun.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah,
the farmers
it
markets.
won't be too bad in the morning. So
Yeah.
again, it's looking a little bit better than we were, say, last week, because last Thursday and Friday, we had heat advisories. Not looking at that for this Friday or Saturday, so
Yeah,
that's good.
absolutely.
And then for Sunday plans, we probably should head inside. One of the
Yes.
things that's going on at the Glazer Children's Museum, they have what are called Sunshine Sundays, and you can go in and you can. It's for children with special needs, and they can go, and it's a little quieter, a sensory experience, but good thing that they're inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sunday is the lowest rain chance we have for the weekend, but you know what that means. That means the heat's up there.
Yeah.
And we actually looking at probably doing heat advisory. The National Weather Service might call that, so we might have a weather impact alert for that day. But again, that would be the afternoon. But still, we're looking at possibly feeling hotter than 108.
Oof.
And that's going to be Sunday. So, yeah, your forecast for tomorrow, again, 50% best chance for rain afternoon, evening. But the rain chances do go down for the weekend. But as the rain chances go down, the heat goes up.
Yeah, stay inside if you can. Thanks, James. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Hey, if you want to watch any of the segments again from today's show, you can watch again at 3 o'clock on our free 10 Tampa Bay streaming app. Download and watch it on Roku TV, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
It's hard to believe we're nearly halfway through summer break, but there's still plenty of time to plan an epic family adventure before the school starts up again for the kids. Florida travel expert Sarah Finney has 4 fun trips to add to your summer bucket list. So welcome back. Great to have you here.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. It's hard to believe July is next week.
It's crazy.
And that's pretty much our runway until we start preparing for school in August.
Yeah, but there's so much stuff that we can do right here in Florida. So you're going to give us some ideas. So
Exactly.
the first one is
down in Key West.
Okay.
Which, you know, we've got those easy 45-minute flights
So easy.
from PIE and TPA to get down there. It costs about $100 round trip. And once you get down there, I highly recommend Key West Extreme Adventures, especially if your family loves watching Shark Week. Okay, because this is Shark Week in real life.
That's so cool.
This tour has been running for a while. It's family run. They take you about 20 minutes into the backcountry waters of Key West. And as you can see, they dangle a fish overboard. Wow. And then the lemon sharks come by and battle for it.
Yeah, okay, when we were talking earlier, like, you just got to make sure no, like, you know, great whites or we have a Jaws situation.
It's primarily just lemon sharks here.
They can guarantee that.
They can almost guarantee that. And it's really amazing. You got to put your camera in slow motion so you can truly understand the power of the sharks there. This is something that the kids are going to be talking about for a long time.
Yeah.
And after the shark portion wraps up, they're going to take you to some other areas where you have the opportunity to see some dolphins and some sea turtles.
Yeah.
It is so much fun and such a cool way to experience Key West off of Duval Street.
Right, yes, get off of the
Especially
street.
if you've got young kids.
Yeah, I know, we always wonder what to do with them in Key West. This is a great option.
This is a great one. Key West Extreme Adventures, look up their shark tour for sure.
Sounds fun.
Yes.
Okay, so next, Everglades.
Yep, we're gonna stay in South Florida. Everglades National Park has so much to do. Maybe you've been on an airboat ride or perhaps you've been on a tram tour from Shark Valley, but what about a wet walk?
Okay.
Does this make you a little nervous watching it as you wade through the Everglades here?
This is not my kind of vacay, but okay.
Trust me on this one. Stay with me, all right?
Okay.
So this is run through the homestead entrance of the park through the nonprofit, the Everglades Institute. And so you go out into the Everglades with a guide. You get a walking stick. The water is nice and cool, I guess, depending on the time of year. But you're surrounded by towering cypress trees, beautiful air plants. It's a really peaceful way to experience the Everglades, one that you're not going to get on an airboat ride. You know, you've got the whir of the fan there.
Yeah.
So this is cool.
Is that you?
That is me. Listen, whenever I post about this, people have a lot to say.
Yeah.
They're worried about snakes. They're worried about alligators.
Yes.
I have done 3 wet walks with the Everglades Institute.
Okay.
Each time has been fabulous. It's kind of like you just got to get past the first time.
Right.
Because after that, it's really enjoyable.
Yeah, and I'm sure
you'll
you have
look
some
forward to it.
really good protective shoes.
You got to wear tennis shoes, actually, tennis shoes. This is good for kids 12 and up.
Okay.
12 and up. So
12 and
if
up.
you've got an adventurous family, you want to see the Everglades in a different way, this is the spot.
Perfect. Okay, horseback riding.
Horseback riding. Is this
Yes.
getting closer
And
to what you might
I could
be
do this.
interested
This
in?
I like, and that's beautiful.
So this is Lake Louisa State Park in Claremont, about 20 minutes south of downtown. It's considered to be a natural theme park. You know, in the Orlando area, we've got all those amusement theme parks. This is a different kind. So you've got hiking, biking, kayaking, and horseback riding.
So pretty.
My personal favorite is the Sunset Trail Ride because then you get to hop on a horse at golden hour and enjoy it. And then after that, I know, I've piqued your interest.
Okay, now you got me. Now you got me here. Okay.
Champagne and s'mores. And get this, you actually do not need to leave the state park once the horseback trail riding wraps up because Carefree Camping has glamping there.
Nice.
And they've got a queen bed, but they can also set up some smaller beds for you.
For the kids.
And the family's not going to complain. The husband's not going to complain to the wife either because there's air conditioning in the glamping
Okay,
tent.
yes, you have to have air. Even in the winter, it can be hot. So
that's exactly it. So that is Lake Louisa State Park, their Sunset Trail rides, and their glamping. Definitely look that up.
Those look amazing. Okay, Solomon's Castle.
Solomon's Castle. This is a real-life fairy tale in the woods of Central Florida. You might not know that it exists, but it's only 90 minutes from St. Pete. So this was built by Howard Solomon, an artist who is known as the Da Vinci of debris. And this castle is actually made out of recycled aluminum printing plates. It's framed by stained glass windows here, and it's pretty amazing. Now, I wish I could show you inside the castle, but the tour has no photos and no videos allowed. So it's something you have to experience for yourself. After you are done taking the tour of Solomon's Castle, you can have a bite to eat at the Boat in the Moat restaurant, which is also quirky and fun. It's super cool. So if you've got kiddos that kind of like fairy tales, want to see a real life castle, this would be the spot. Solomon's Castle, just outside of Wauchula, about 30 minutes outside of Wauchula, 90 minutes from St. Pete. Really unique. When you post these photos on Facebook or Instagram,
people are going to be like, "What is that?
Where is that? I need to go." That kind of thing. You'll definitely get some envy, perhaps, from the extended family.
I love that. Okay, if we want to follow you and all your adventures, what's a good website?
I've got links to all of these adventures on sarahsoutdooradventures.com/blog. So if you want to check out any of these places, I've got links to book.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you for
so fun.
having
I got to
me.
check out some of those.
I love that.
Allison?
Maybe the wet walk.
Maybe Allison, do you want to do the wet walk with me?
No.
Okay.
Although, did you see a snake or an alligator on the wet walks? Either of them?
I did not.
Okay.
All right, maybe. And I'm wearing something besides sneakers. That's crazy. All right. But as you're doing all of that traveling, you're usually sitting. Maybe you're on a flight or you're in the car. That leaves you stiff, swollen, and just tired before you even start your vacation. Tina Wilson, of course, is here. She's going to help us out with all of that. You look so comfy and cute in your travel outfit.
Yes, all the traveling these days. I love it.
Yes, it's great. Okay, so you are going to teach us how, because really when you are traveling, you feel awful.
Exactly. It's long. First of all, you have to be comfortable.
Yes.
What you're wearing, right? So this is my travel bag that I take a lot. My Manduka yoga mat. So if you want to get in the corner, do some yoga right there. But really simple. You can actually have a total body workout and not get all sweaty and yucky.
All right, I'm going to move these. These are very cute, but it's hitting your mic. So we're going to take these
Thank you very
for
much.
a second. Yeah.
So first of all, I've got my bag here, and you can start with some upper body work right here.
And you know that if your carry-on's heavy, you're getting a workout.
Yes, you have your upper body work right here, right?
Yeah.
And you know we always do those squats, right? You
Always a squat. She loves a squat.
So you're here, and you just simply come on down with the squats. So that's another exercise right there. Something that people like to do as well is simple things. So we always have our bands
The
here.
bands are the easiest thing to travel
You know what I
with.
want to see? I've got something to match. Let's see those
cute.
triceps.
Okay, all right.
You know, you do really good with those triceps all the time.
She knows I don't like them. All right, what am I doing?
So we're just simply here, one hand behind our head, and we're just going straight up. Boom.
You gave me the hard one, right?
Because it matches you.
Don't pick your band based on your outfit. That's the goal here. But these are great to have because you really can just throw them in a bag and you can do a quick little workout and you can do your whole body with a band.
And still look classy, still feel good.
Yeah.
And, you know.
Are you doing these with your bag in the airport?
Yes, yes, girl. And then another thing, just real simple, come on your toes.
Yeah.
Calf raises. So your legs are getting really nice.
What do you think? Are you doing squats at the gate?
Girl, I'm doing dips. I'm sitting on the side. It's just like, you know, because you got to have that total workout.
Yeah.
Because sometimes your flights are super early in the morning and you're sitting and your legs are
and
tight
that gets the
stiff.
circulation going, so you're feeling like you're kind of getting that movement in.
Exactly. And let's just say you have absolutely nothing. That's okay.
Okay.
Breathe.
Oh, yeah.
We got to get that breath. And then just like twist your body, right? Just stretching, getting out, just little simple things like that. It's not that challenging.
And really, too, you don't need to just sit at the gate. You know when your flight's going to board, you can take that trip and just get some steps in.
Yes, yes. Now, do you like to be the first one on the plane or the last?
When I'm boarding, usually the last, then I'm not just sitting there.
I'm always the last, right? Almost miss my flight sometimes. But again, just like you said, marching in place, getting it there, some kickbacks.
Listen, next time you see me in the airport, I'm going to be doing some squats at the gate, doing some this. But it does make sense because the sitting too, it's important to think about because you do need to have that blood flow on a long flight or a long car trip.
Exactly. Your feet will get swollen, your ankles. And you know, a lot of people are just hunched over.
Yeah.
Just like, even just sitting up nice and tall is going to make you feel better.
You can feel that when you're sitting in those seats.
Yes, and look better. And come to the edge of the seat. Don't sit all the way back. That's really important. And as you're sitting, do the knee raises as you're sitting. Same thing.
All right. And you have this neck pillow here. We can do something with a neck pillow.
Yeah, I don't really use a neck pillow, but I know everyone has it. So you're here, and it's nice and scrunchy, right?
Yes.
So again, just stretching out your neck. Stretching is so very important. And again, you know, if you want to put it in between your arms, like that, just to kind of like get the insides of your arms working. always thinking different ideas.
You really are always thinking of things to do. And then I think what goes along with moving and staying, on our feet and getting the steps in and all of that is hydration when we're traveling.
We never have enough water.
Right.
I usually bring an empty water bottle because you have to go through customs or whatever, and then just fill it up right there because you can never have enough water. That's really important.
And then you don't have to wait for them to come down the aisle on an airplane. You just already have it ready to go.
Another thing with healthy eating, bring your food with you. Bring some snacks because the airport, the prices are ridiculous. The food quality isn't that good either, so bringing snacks is
Those
very
are
important.
all really easy things that can just really change your mood. It can change how you feel, all of that. Once you get to the destination that you're really just trying to have a good time.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
all right.
important.
You have great tips all the time. If people want more from you, what's the best way to find you?
Go to any social stars, Tina, but our website is Elevate 360 Center.
Yes, get great tips. Now we're ready to go on that trip.
Yes, let's go.
We love it. Thank you so much. Good to see you.
Thank you.
All right, we're getting more tips. These are how to prevent the summer slide with some fun math. We're going to hear all about it coming up after the break. Keeping kids' minds sharp over the summer doesn't have to feel like homework. Sarah Pohl from Mathnasium is here with some fun ways to prevent that summer slide that you hear so much about.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me back.
Yeah.
4th of July is the perfect opportunity to incorporate some math practice with your kid. I actually want to start with a 4th of July math fun fact.
Okay, what is
This
that?
Independence Day will be the 250th anniversary of the United States, which means that it is the quarter millennium.
Okay, that's a great thing to talk to your kids about to help them
Absolutely.
understand those types of facts.
Yep, we've got some hands-on activities too. I don't know about you guys, but for 4th of July, I do like being outside despite the heat.
I know it's tough.
Absolutely. So one of the activities I have here is a rocket launch activity. So all I did here, I just
You
have
had
these...
me at rocket launch.
Oh yeah,
Sounds fun.
absolutely.
Okay.
I just have these finger rocket launches. I'm not going to do it in the studio. And then
Why not? Why not? Okay.
I set up targets. These are just paper plates with some numbers on them. So you can lay them out in your yard and have the kids launch the rockets, whichever one it lands closest to, that's the amount of points they get, and then they can add them up.
They have to add up the point. Now, how do these work? You just pull and...
Yep, pretty much. You just pull and
this
release.
way, like
Yep,
this?
exactly.
And it goes that way? Mm-hmm. Wait, which way do I do it?
You're doing it right. You got to let go with both hands.
Wait, I don't understand. I didn't understand. Do it.
All right.
Sorry, I'm really... Oh, like fling it.
Like that.
Fling it. All right.
There
I don't
you
know
go.
what I'm doing. Okay.
And then sometimes for the younger kids, maybe working with numerical fluency isn't the best fit for them. So I do have a hands-on activity here. This teaches symmetry.
Yeah.
So all I did was I just folded a piece of paper in half.
yes, I love
and
that.
then I painted a design on one half of it, folded it, pressed it down, and then that made the design be on the other side.
Yeah.
So that's a good way to get your kids to predict how do I make my design look on one side versus the other. If they're an older student, maybe they want to do a more advanced design as well.
Yeah, and that's really easy, something that they can do and takes a lot of time if you want to keep your kids busy.
Absolutely, and it's honestly not as messy as you think it would be. I just set up little paper cups and a paper towel and I was good to go. So it's something you could totally do in your kitchen.
Yeah, amazing. Okay, what's the last activity you brought for us?
All right. This last activity focuses a little bit more on financial literacy. I do think today I see a lot students when they go to the grocery store may not even have an understanding that everything that they're buying costs a different amount of money. They're just kind of seeing it be put in the cart. Their parent is paying with a credit card. So they're not necessarily making that connection about the different amounts of money. So I think
Which is so sad. That
It
kids,
is.
Yeah, okay. I think it's like a magic, like a magic card.
Yep, pretty much. And honestly, I can't blame them. I don't even carry cash anymore.
I know, no one does.
Yeah.
So how does this kind of teach them that?
So what I did was you can just go to your local grocery store and grab the store ads, and I just cut some out things that are like 4th of July barbecue type things, and you can create your budget by listing out how much your stuff is going to cost. If they're a more advanced student, maybe you also have them calculate the tax as well, and then you know how much money you're supposed to spend at the store.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
There's so many math things that you can do at the grocery store.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, weighing the produce on the scales, figuring out fractions. The grocery store is the perfect opportunity to just incorporate math in your day-to-day life. Grocery shopping doesn't just need to be the kid is following you around the store. You can be prompting them and asking them questions.
Yeah, and also another when you're trying to incorporate math into fun ways that they don't even realize it's math, is cooking, right?
Yes, definitely. Cooking is really good because measurements, so they can work on equivalence.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you notice a lot of students kind of fall behind during the summer?
I do, because what happens is during the summer, they're not getting as much practice as during the school year when they're in school and they have class.
Yeah.
So over the summer, it's really important to try to figure out ways to incorporate math so that that kid is staying, up to date with their fact fluency. Mathnasium can be a great way to incorporate that. We have a lot of fun summer programs, and we do try to make it so that it doesn't feel like summer school.
Yes, absolutely. So how can we reach you if we want to contact you about getting our kids there this summer?
So the best way to reach us is mathnasium.com. We're mathnasium.com/Largo.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Always fun to have you here.
Thank you for having me back. It's been great.
Of course. All right, Allison.
All right, you've probably seen this viral video all over social media at this point. They're Kool-Aid pineapples. This actually started with a guy out of his truck down in Pompano Beach. He started doing it. Everybody thought it was really pretty, and so everybody started making them at home, seeing if they could do it. And so we're in our Kitchen Saver kitchen because Greg, one of our team members here, he's usually on the floor behind the camera. He's now on camera because he saw it and he was like, guys, you have to try this because your son did it.
My son, he showed it to me, and of course my immediate reaction is, oh, that's so stupid.
Right.
That's so unhealthy.
Yeah.
But then I checked it out, and let's have some fun.
Okay, let's have some fun. So how do you do it? It seems pretty easy.
You get this jar of pineapple spears, and Allison got them at Sam's Club.
Okay.
And one thing that I noticed on here, they're in coconut water.
Oh.
Okay.
So that might kind of be like a secret sauce. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So
well, coconut water is great for you, so that's good.
So you just pour all the liquid in a jar.
Okay.
Like this.
All right. So you need the liquid for this.
Yeah, because that's the liquid for
to help soak it up.
It smells good.
Yeah.
So
I love
that's gonna be
pineapple
good
too.
enough. And then I got some Kool-Aid.
Okay.
Cherry
And it could be
Kool-Aid.
any flavor?
Any flavor. I mean, people go crazy with this. Blue Kool-Aid, whatever. This is cherry.
Okay.
Then you mix this all up.
Okay.
That's where the sugar comes in. Is that Kool-Aid, huh?
Right.
Oh, and there's more.
Oh, you put more sugar?
Well, there's actually, I read there's no sugar in there.
Oh.
Actually.
Interesting. So you kind of need the sugar for some
so
taste.
2 tablespoons of sugar.
Okay.
Which really, I mean, that's not all that much, really. I mean, when you think about all the sugar that's like in a soda or something.
Well, that's true.
It's not going to kill you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you might not have the whole thing, so that's true.
Yeah. So then you mix this all up.
Okay.
So that's pretty good.
The Kool-Aid smells good too. That
I
reminds me
know.
of childhood, huh?
I know. Oh, and then you pour it back.
Put all back in here.
Okay.
Right. And then make sure you get all that sugar at
Oh,
the
here,
bottom.
here. Let me
Yeah.
help you.
Okay.
Got to get it all, right?
Right.
Okay, that's good. Okay, and then now you already know you can have the aroma of all these flavors. mixed.
Yes. I
And
love
then
it.
you put it in the refrigerator to get it nice and cold.
See,
Yeah,
this is where the little TV
we're gonna do
magic
some-
comes
yeah,
into play.
some
I made a batch yesterday,
Yes.
you.
Okay.
and here we go.
All right.
So how long did it sit in there? How long is it supposed to?
At least 3 hours.
Okay. All
At
right.
least 3 hours.
Okay, so go ahead.
Okay.
Who's
Just
first?
take one out?
Take one out.
Okay.
And some places I saw they just dig them out with their fingers.
Okay.
We're just worried about getting it all over us. Oh, mine broke in half.
All
Perfect.
right. I'm gonna use the plate.
Yeah, use plate.
Okay.
I just put it on the
This
counter.
is- oh my God, this looks good. All right. I love pineapple.
I mean, these things are
Ready?
pretty massive.
Oh,
too.
it's really good. It's very summery
Oh my God.
and tropical, right?
So good. It tastes.
And you could do red ones and you could do blue ones.
Yeah.
4th of July.
It tastes like a pina colada.
Oh, yeah, it
to
does
me.
kind of.
I don't know. It's so good.
And that's
love
really like good for like on a boat,
Yeah.
Totally.
at the beach, pool party,
Absolutely.
something like this.
Throw it just on the table. That's a cool little
like it.
decoration too.
I
for
wonder
your
if you could
party.
put some vodka in there too.
She's
maybe.
thinking tequila,
Maybe. I don't
vodka.
know.
I love it. That's a great idea, Janelle. Okay,
So
great.
what, thumbs up all the way around?
Yes, this is a great idea. Thanks
Okay,
for
my
making
son
us
will
do
be
this.
very happy
Yeah.
when he finds
Yes,
this
let
out.
him know
Tell
that
your
this
son,
is a
what's his
good
name again?
trend.
Joseph.
Joseph. Thank you,
Thank
Joseph.
you, Joseph.
Thank you. It's
This
so
is
good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, if you would like to watch any of the segments again from today's show, if you missed the summer family ideas or tips on wedding dresses for guests, you can watch the show again at 3 p.m. on our free 10 Tampa Bay streaming app. Download and watch on Roku TV, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Yeah, go make some
Oh my
pineapples
gosh.
today.
This is so good. I want to keep eating it.
Yeah, I'm going to eat the whole thing. And we have a whole jar left. All right, thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye. Okay.
The Great Day Live Kitchen is sponsored by Kitchen Saver, custom cabinet renewal.
And I'm